What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing a workout in the Summer Sizzle program. So the Summer Sizzle are already going, the challenge, the enrollment's over, but you guys can still hop in and do the program with us. Before I get going though, if you guys want to check out a full week in the program, just click the link in the description and we're going to give you guys a full week. So like I said, we're doing a workout from it today. Today's going to be an upper body workout, but I want to go over the training split for you guys. So the training split for this Summer Sizzle is going to be a lower upper split. So Monday is lower, Tuesday is upper, and then Wednesdays are going to be just core and track day. So we're going to be having you guys at the track, just doing some core work that you can do out there, and then right after that you're warming up and you're doing a track workout. So it's kind of nice just to help your body recover but get some really good conditioning in. Then Thursday is going to be a lower day again. Friday's upper. Today's Friday. We're going to be doing that Friday workout today. And then Saturday is core and arms, and then a longer run. So one thing I didn't mention earlier is this one's going to have a little bit of a Hyrox emphasis because Steve's obviously doing the Summer Sizzle and he's training for a Hyrox right now. So we're kind of peppering in some of that as we go throughout the week. So every day, I just gave you the split. Every day there's also a conditioning component that's going to go with it. We're going to mix up HIIT, Metcons, lists, and then some longer runs just to help with those people that are competing in Hyrox as well. So that's what we got. Download the week if you guys want to check it out. But today we're going to get started right now. So on the program, I'm going to pull up the phone right now just so I can show you guys kind of what we got today. All right, guys, this first training block is going to be an accumulation phase. So earlier on in the week, the way that we're doing that is we're accumulating volume by controlling the eccentric phase of most of the movements. So the first week was 3 count eccentric, next week is 4 count. Goal here is to build work capacity, and basically a lot of people that are joining our challenges, we don't want to just throw them into like the highest volume ever. So we're going to build up volume, and then the next phase is going to be intensification phase. We're going to bring that volume down, and it's kind of inversely correlated with the conditioning because the conditioning is going to start easier, and the further that we get into the program, it's actually going to go up on the volume of conditioning. So this is only week 2. Today, on the later part of the week, today is Friday, we're just doing high volume, high reps. We're not controlling the tempo, it's just more of natural tempo. So that's what we got today. So we're gonna start off with a warm up today. Every workout that we do, fitness culture, we're gonna have a nice planned warm up around the lift. But I always like to start with an active warm up. Mostly on leg days, I'll always add one for our clients. For me, I do one every day from 40, and I just need to sweat before I get going. Just do the active warm up, feeling a little less old now. I'm gonna go get a weigh-in right now though, because I plan to shoot a video every week and I kind of want to see what my progress is. The weird thing is, so I didn't train for a while, and because I opened a car dealership here. It's really weird, I know. I don't know why I did it. It's been fun though. But so I wasn't lifting for a long time, and actually, when I don't lift, I just lose weight. I got down to like 224, lost a lot of muscle, got a little fatter, which you never want to lose muscle and get fatter, but that's what happened. I thought I was gonna come back and maybe, you know, I've lost some body fat, and I thought I'd lose weight, but all the muscles are starting to come back. So I think I weighed in at over 240 last week, or right at 240. So I'm gonna go get a weigh-in right now, just so we can check it, and then every week we'll kind of check in on that. 241. Oosh. That's all right. Honestly, this always happens to me, just because I've been so heavy in the past. It just comes back quick. So hopefully the goal now, I'm kind of got a lot of the muscle back that I lost. And so now the goal is going to be to take it closer down to 230 with my body weight. See if we can do it. So let's hop into the warm up. All right, guys, we have 4 movements in today's warm up. The first one's just going to be a band front raise to pull apart. So the way we do these, I usually just go thumbs up, start, front raise, pull it apart behind the head, and then just control it down nice and slow. So we got 10 of these today. All right, next thing we got 10 each arm. We're just gonna be doing a neutral grip dumbbell overhead press. So on this one, think about keeping your core nice and tight and locked in so you're not overextended. And the goal here, I mean, I don't have the greatest overhead mobility in the world, but the goal here is for me to press without overextending and leaning back and get full range of motion, and then coming back to the starting position. So everything that we're doing before we get the lift going is really overemphasizing what we're gonna be doing in that lift. So really pushing at the top of the rep to get full range of motion, just prepping our body before we hop in. All right, next movement we got is gonna be a renegade row. So these are nice during a warm up because in that push up position, it's gonna get you a little deeper than you, if you're on like a little heavier dumbbell. A little more range of motion there, and then getting 2 things done at once. So warming up the chest, come all the way down, then you're gonna row. So this is also gonna Get that core fired up a little bit. It's kind of a dynamic plank position at the top. And then you're just pulling that dumbbell right to your hip. At the end of every warm up, we try to do something to fire up our nervous system. So right now we're gonna do just an overhead med ball toss. I got Bruce down there who's working out with me today. Big Bruce. All right. On this one, it's really just, you're gonna come down under control, and then it's almost like you're doing like a clean, right? So you wanna go explode back, hips come all the way through, and then you're gonna launch the ball overhead. I think we have a heavy enough ball, it's not gonna go too far. Oh yeah, we're good. I'll go harder on the next one. All right, warm-up's done, so we're gonna get into the lift right now. So this one's gonna be super up-tempo right now. It's kind of like German volume training or German body comp training back from Charles Poliquin, but we've modified it a little bit to not take as much time. So what we're gonna be doing today is 5 sets. Last week was 5 sets of 8. We're building volume again, like I said. This week's gonna be 5 sets of 10 each. We're gonna be doing an overhead press. This is not gonna be heavy because it's gonna be so quick, just back and forth between the movements. So the heart rate's gonna be up, which is nice for the Summer Sizzle, obviously. But then also that volume is gonna build the further we get into the workout. So it's gonna become challenging. First set's gonna feel easy, last set's gonna be really hard because we're not giving ourselves quite enough time to recover. So biggest thing on this one, overhead press, where people can kind of get in trouble and hurt their lower back is if they don't keep their core tight and squeeze their butt cheeks. If you keep that core tight, so think about standing straight up, upper back is still in a good position, but then tighten that core down like you got a belt on, and then squeeze your butt. That's gonna allow you to sit back a little bit, but protect your low back, as opposed to butt being out like this and sitting back here. All that pressure is gonna fall right in your low back when you're pushing hard. And that's kind of, if you're a guy that, or girl that gets lower back pain when you overhead press, this will solve that problem. So we're gonna just unrack the bar today. I have horrible front rack, so please don't judge me. Squeeze the butt cheeks, core is tight, press all the way overhead, lock it out, and then come back to the starting position at our chest. All right, so we have 10 reps there. We'll rest for 45 seconds. And then we're gonna be doing a double arm dumbbell row. So for this one, think about the setup position, basically just being an RDL. So you're gonna crack the knees, push your butt back, keep everything straight. From there, we're gonna pull to the hips, try to make contact with your ribs right here. And again, just 10 reps. Rest 45 seconds, and then back to the overhead press. We're just gonna be going back and forth like that for 5 sets. Let's go. So the next thing we got, we're gonna be doing same style superset. We're gonna go just your standard pull-up and then a standard just dumbbell bench press. So 10 reps, rest 45, 10 reps, rest 45. And we're gonna go through that 5 times again. 5 sets of 10 reps. All right guys, so this one, I'm weak and heavy. Now to get a combo for pull-ups. So my goal on this one, because pull-ups are so easy just to modify quickly, I'm gonna try to do a few sets of 10 with my body weight, and then I'll hop onto a band. If you know that you can't, like if you can't even do 10 pull-ups, I would go do an assisted pull-up machine for these ones, or obviously you can grab a heavy band, but if you can't do 10 pull-ups, the volume's gonna really add on you really, really fast. And so even a band is probably gonna be just not really enough assistance. An assisted pull-up machine's gonna be better because it's gonna assist you through the full range of motion. Set 2, getting sloppy already. Whew. Bruce, come on, man. Look at this. Can we get this on video? Hold on. Can we get this on video? What kind of gym etiquette is this? You're gonna leave that for me?
It's an old lineman technique.
Yeah, that is no line shit.
That is their shit.
Just leave that shit behind, bro. Selfish, old line tactic. Bruce was actually, if you haven't seen him, he's been in a couple YouTube videos that we've done. I haven't done one in like a year, so. Bruce was on extreme weight loss, and he was over 400 pounds. I mean, we can just show a picture. We'll get you a picture. he lost over 400 pounds in extreme weight loss in 1 year. And he's kept it off for, how long have you kept it off, Bruce? 13?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. All right, guys, we just finished that up. Pull-ups got a little sloppy there at the end. The next thing we got is gonna be a giant set. So we have 4 movements. We're gonna roll through them all back to back to back, and then rest 90 seconds at the end of the giant set. So the way we set it up today, last week was 10-8-6. This week, it's 12-10-8. Like I said, we're building volume. So on something like this, it's an accumulation phase. Sometimes, like this week, the goal, as long as last week was challenging, is gonna be to use the same weight, but obviously we're going a little bit more reps, 2 more reps on each set. So that's gonna be the goal for today. So the movements we got, we're gonna do a machine shoulder press, seated cable row, bent over T raise, just right here, and then shrug at the end. So basically just working that whole shoulder girdle in one giant set. So yeah, let's get to it. Last part of the list. All right. Just realized I haven't been giving too many training tips because I've been just trying to lock it in. But this on the T raise, I think the biggest, what we're trying to do here is work those scapular retractors from the upper back. So one big mistake that people will make on a T raise, we'll bend over. You want to keep your back nice and straight. Naturally, your lats are gonna try to take over, and it's easier to do this range of motion, kind of more like an A raise. It's gonna be a little bit easier to do. So really focus on, I try to think about flexing my triceps, wrists are locked, bent over, and then it's coming straight out, just like that. It's gonna be, I mean, this is, back here is significantly easier. So avoid that. That's not what we're going for. Those muscles get worked all the time. We want those upper back muscles. And you're not gonna be able to go heavy on this. Like really think about, a lot of times people will do these and automatically shorten that arm by bending the elbows, and that's gonna make it easier. It's also gonna kind of push it to your rear delt a little bit more instead of your rhomboids and scapular retractors. That's why I say try to flex your triceps here in this position. And if you do that, you'll find that those muscles in between your scapulas are working a lot more than if you bend your elbows. All right, that's it with the lift today. Now we're on to the Metcon, so we can show you that right here, wherever we put it. It's gonna be an ascending ladder of 1 to 10 on 3 different movements. So what that means is we have wall balls, med ball lunges with the med ball, wall ball. And then we're gonna do burpees with the wall ball, okay? So the first movement's gonna be just a wall ball here, and then lunge. So it's gonna be each leg on the lunges. So that's 1 each leg. Then a burpee on the, with the med ball right here. And so that's 1, right? And then we'll go back through 2 wall balls, 2 lunges each leg, 4 total lunges, 2 burpees, all the way up to 10. Once we hit 10, then that's gonna be time. And the score for the workout is gonna be our time today. So that's what we got. We're using a 20-pound med ball. That's the RX weight. Yeah, that's what we got. Bruce, you excited to do this?
Yep.
All right.
It's gonna work.
All right. Whoa, all right, that's it. That was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. I'm really out of shape. If you're in good shape for a workout like this, if you just pace yourself, you can probably just push through the entire thing without taking any breaks. I shut down at like the 6s. I had to start breaking it up a little bit. I'm so out of shape. Honestly, my shoulders are so out of shape too that they were just on fire the whole time. It was good though, it was fun. It was a fun workout. So we'll post it right here so you guys can go try it out yourself. I don't even know what our time was. I thought that thing was gonna be, did we go over 10 minutes on that? I think we did. Yeah, it took us a while. It was definitely over 10 minutes. I thought it was gonna be shorter than that. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you guys liked that workout. We're gonna try to do more of these trainers every week and then also do some educational style stuff too. Hope you guys got something out of this. And again, if you guys wanna try out the Summer Sizzle, just clink the link in the description. Yeah, clink that link in the description and download a free week. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys next week for week 3 of the Summer Sizzle.